More adventures here for you, this time in space. Russia's training center has announced who's going into orbit in 3 weeks' time, and American businessman Charles Simonyi got the pass to the International Space Station again. Our correspondent Katerina Kochova is following events in Moscow. Katerina, how are the crew members and the space tourists feeling about this next mission?
Well, they say, or at least businessman Charles Simonyi said at today's press conference, he's feeling great, he's in great mood and in a perfect physical condition before the flight, which is due to take place on March 26, just in 3 weeks, in Kazakhstan. The space crew will lift off from the Baikonur Space Center. There are 3 members of the crew, one Russian, US astronaut, NASA astronaut, and businessman Charles Simonyi. They all passed their qualification exam on Tuesday in Star City outside Moscow. They spent the whole day in a module of the International Space Station ISS, where they resolved various problems which might emerge during a space flight. What is interesting is that indeed for Charles Simonyi in particular, this is going to be his second space tour. His last space mission was back in April 2007 when he spent $25 million and now he is about to spend even more, $35 million, that is. But from what he said at a press conference, one could conclude that he was ready to spend up to $50 million. And he said that he is actually proud that he invests the money in such an enterprise which is just as valuable as a space flight, even amidst the global credit crunch. Let's take a listen to what he said.
It's money that is spent on space exploration, and it's unfortunate in a way for the United States, but the only way to do that is through Russia. Russia is the only country in the world who offers these services, and I think it's a fantastic idea is to try this business model of call it space tourism.
Well, actually having a repeat orbital tours just demonstrates to the world that a space mission is not just a magnificent and awe-inspiring experience, but also this is an example of that the marketplace for space tourism is much larger than expected because of such businessmen like Charles Simonyi who are actually ready to fly on multiple occasions. Well, for more on the perspectives of the space industry, I'm now joined by René Pichel, who is the head of the European Space Agency mission here in Russia. René, thanks for joining. What do you think about this investment of money? What do Europeans think about such investment of cash?
I think investment in space is quite a good investment, and there, in my opinion, are at least 2 reasons for that. The first one is exploration, and because there's not so much room anymore for exploration on Earth, so we have to go into space to really explore. And of course exploration is in the roots of mankind. There's a certain element of culture, and I think we just have to do it. And the second point is cooperation. Space is a very good and excellent possibility for international collaboration, which is not bound by commercial contracts. And as we have seen with the ISS, that example is very well used in international cooperation.
And what do you think about the global credit crunch? Has it somehow affected the work of your agency?
As you know, in November last year we had our ministerial conference, and we all were a bit afraid that might not be a good moment for such a conference, which paves the way for the next 3 years and takes decisions about the money to be invested for the next 3 years. But it comes out that we got very well funding for our future in the next 3 years, so that we can very well and firm proceed with our programs and projects. So in that sense, in the moment, we don't see a direct impact on that.
Thank you so much, René. I indeed hope that the credit crunch, the financial crisis, will not affect the industry and space research in general. Dr. René Pichel, the head of the European Space Mission, our guest today.
Hey, Katerina, thanks very much indeed for that. That's our reporter Katerina Kochova there in Moscow.